Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Ohio. I'm here to bring you my Saturday video, which is called Simply Saturday, which means I have a simple card for Simple Saturday. My card today, it's really cute, and I got the idea somewhere scrolling along on the internet and all that kind of stuff, so I just saw an idea that sparked some energy into me for this card. And so it's a Christmas card. So if you haven't made Christmas cards, this would be a really fast one to do. But in the Stampin' Up! World, I just want to tell you that our online exclusives are out now, and you can visit them at my online store, which the link is in the description of this video and also in the headline of the video, the title. So you can visit that there. And I also want to say, if you do not have a demonstrator and you need one, I would love to be that demonstrator. I'm trying to build my customer base. I'm trying to build my business, which means if you would like to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be the one to serve you doing that too. And I would love to talk to you about it. And you can just get a hold of me through you'll see all my information in the descriptions of the videos and on my Facebook page and my Facebook group. So I encourage you to get in touch with me if you need to. Also, what we're using today is very minimal because it is a simple card and I like to do simple things with that. And I really have been enjoying this, although it is a, what am I going to say? It's not really a hard thing for me to do, but, well, maybe it is a hard thing to me because I'm used to doing more layers and stuff like that. So coming back down to simple stuff has really been a great thing for me to do, and I've really enjoyed it. So with that being said, I'm going to get ready to turn my camera. While I do that, if you would give me a thumbs up or a heart, depending on if you're on Stampin' Up! Or, on Facebook or on YouTube, and also share my video. I would love that. We'd like to get this out to as many stampers and crafters as we can. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around and turn it down. And I am going to also make sure I stay in focus. So I'm turning my computer to where I'm going to be able to see that also. So let's turn the camera around and go on down. If that makes you dizzy, I'm sorry. Let's pull me up here so that I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So now I can see that and see how crooked my table is and all that, because I was over here messing with stuff. I can never leave anything alone. That's my problem. Never can leave anything alone. Here is my card we're going to do. Like I said, it's very simple. I used the basic beige cardstock, which I am really loving to do that. And then I used the nested essential dies, so we are using some dies on this card. And then the stamp set I used was, I got all this stuff. Scrap paper from where I made the card over here. Stuff. Which is this a peaceful season. So I'm using the Merry and the Christmas. I also have a PDF for my card. Looks like this. It's just the picture, the dimensions, and you can look at the picture of these cards and figure out how to do that. So with that being said, you can watch the video. I'll show you how to do it. This will give you the directions. You can get this over on my Facebook group called Stamp Crazy VIP in the files section. And you would just look for Simply Saturday card number 6, which would be the top PDF for right now, or yeah, for when you see this video. So it'll be the top one until Tuesday when I do my Tuesday video. So anyway, I wanted to let you know that, and I was going to show you the nested essentials, even though I've already cut out the dies for this. To save a little time, nested essentials are like this. And we actually used everything but the biggest. We did not use the biggest banner on here. We used the other 3. And that's what we used on this card. So let's get started. I will tell you the measurements that everything is cut as we move right along on the card. So let's pull this in. And I even decorated an envelope. Can you believe that? Me, who never does that? Which reminds me, we need to get an envelope out for the card. If I can get a hold of it. Yeah. We don't have basic beige envelopes, so I used a Very Vanilla, which blends. So that's what we will be using. But right now, here's our pieces. We are going to use a card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And when you score that, one side has a hump, one side does not. And we always do the hump on the inside. Always say the hump in. Instead of hop in, it's hump in. And I will make sure that that is nice and straight. And just give that a good burnish. So when we do our card. The next thing we're going to be using is a piece that's 5 inches by 3 3/4, which we will put on here with dimensionals when we get to that part. Then I have, oh, I did not cut these out. I thought I did. We'll get these cut out just real quick. I thought I had cut them out. I cut so many of them the other day. I got some other cards to show you after we're done with this. So I'm going to bring in my little mini cut and emboss machine, because that is all we need. This is the little one, which makes it nice. So it's a good thing I brought those dies over here. So let's put this here. When I do my little one, I take my white plate, which is plate number 1. I put a plate number 2 on there, and I just put it back a little bit. That way it's a little bit easier to start in this machine. And the 3 pieces of paper I have, this one is 3 by 2 for the largest die. And then we have one that is 1.5 by 2 1/4. And then we have one that is 1 by 1.5. And that is our 3 pieces. So let's get our dies out. We'll do this just real quick. If I can get a hold of them. You know how that goes. So we'll turn this one over here. We'll put this one on here. I want some of that red to show, so I'm going to put it towards that side. It didn't want me to get it on there. It's too close up. There we go. We got that one on. That one's on. Now let's do this one. So there we go. Then what I'll do is I'll just bring this in, line that up with the white one at the end there, and push this through. And it squeaks. Hear that squeaking? Makes a pop because of the straight side there that always pops. So let's get this out of the way. We'll pull all of this out and move this out of the way. We don't need it anymore. Not tonight. And then we will take our little dies. Here's that one. Here's the little one. Isn't that cute? And then here is our bigger one. And then we have 3 pieces of garbage. We don't need those. I'll go ahead and put these little guys up. We don't need those either, do we? So I like those on my magnetic boards I have here. It keeps me from losing them so easy. Not that I still can't lose them, I can. Okay, let's bring this white back in. And what I'm going to do here, let's continue on. I am going to glue this piece straight down, flat on the card. And I got this from Iconic Celebrations is the name of the paper. It's an online exclusive, and it's got all the different holidays in it. It's not just Christmas. So it's got a little bit of everything. There we go. So we have that down. Then the other two we're going to put on with dimensionals. So let's use a couple of those. We will put this one on. So I'm just going to put 3 on there because I want it to hold up really good. And then you can just center that how far, you know, how far you might want it on your other banner. And then this one we're going to also put a couple of dimensionals. 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them over here on this, what would be the left side when I turn it to the right way. So let's just peel those off. The little ones are always harder for me to peel, probably because I have bigger fingers. So we're going to take, and that will go right here with, so there we have our 3 little banners on there. So this is a good way to use up tons and tons of scrap. And you know, goodness gracious, we all have scrap, don't we? So let's bring in our 2 stamps, and I'm going to use Mossy Meadow and Cherry Cobbler because that's the colors in our paper. So I wanted them to match, and that's what's great about Stampin' Up. So I'm just going to ink this up. And one thing about the clear stamp, you can just lay it on there. Look. And that way you can make sure it's all inked without pressing into your stamp. And we're going to line this up. And I'm going to stamp that right here at the bottom. And there we go. Isn't that a nice stamp? It stamps so nice for a good solid stamp. Then we're going to take the green and we're going to do our Merry Christmas. I'm holding it upside down. Don't stamp it upside down. And I'm going to put it over here at the edge. So there we say Merry Christmas. Now all we're going to do is we're going to add that to our card base. So what did I do with my dimensionals? Did I lay them back in here? Yes. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to cut this apart. I've really pretty much used everything out of here. So let me just cut some pieces. Let's turn this over, and I'm going to pop this up. So I'm going to put dimensionals on here. And I'm really going to fill it up. I'm going to put some extra in the middle because I want that held up really nice in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take and cut this long piece right here. And I'm going to put that down the center. And that will help hold that up. So there we go. That's what's nice about using the edges of your dimensionals when you want a long piece. That works great. And you can just use bigger pieces instead of a bunch of dots. There we go. So now I'm going to add that to my card. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bow. I'm trying to get this a little bit more even. It's hard when you're going tone on tone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I actually with this card I put about 30 inches in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off 30 inches here, because I'm going to make a triple bow. So I'm going to show you how to make a triple bow. And let me close the glue back up. We're done with the glue. We're done with glue. So you see this is kind of curly. So I'm going to run it over my edge of my table here, because that just kind of straightens that out some. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cheat, hold it there for about 10 inches, bring it down here, fold it, and fold it. So now I'm going to make a bow with it, and it'll make a bow with 3 loops. So what I'm going to do is loop that. And then make sure I get a hold of all 3 pieces and pull that through. I'll pull that even. And then what I'll do is I'll cut my edges, and you won't see. And there we go. Cut our little scraps off that we used. And if you want to, you can like spread these out a little bit so that they're not all stuck together when you make it. And you've got a 3-looped bow that way. So see? Makes it kind of neat, doesn't it? We'll take a glue dot. And what I like to do on that is put this towards the edge and just roll that up. It kind of squishes that glue dot to where it's just on the back, and then I'm going to add that to the card. Then we will add a little bit of dimensionals. And I'm using the adhesive back dots for days. We have some, oh, that's the garden green. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted for this card. That was for a different card I made. These are called earth tones, and I'm going to use this basic beige color right here. So I'm using this in because it's just easier on those flat dots to get a hold of it. So let's just, then I'm going to use one small one. And there we go. We have a finished card now. Isn't that cute? A great way to use up tiny scraps, especially if you have them coordinating colors. I didn't put anything in here. I was going to make a banner and just hang it down here and have the card where you could sign it. And the last thing we want to do is we want to take a piece of the papers that we used. Whoops, I dropped my dimensionals there. And I'm going to cut that. You want it to be 2 1/4 by 6. And that's what this is, 2 1/4 by 6. And then I am going to use my glue again. I lied, didn't I? So I keep that closed so I can get this up as close to that line as I can. The fold for my flap. And then so I can see it better, I open it up and I just go around these edges. all the way around the edge of the envelope. And then I just add a little bit on the inside there, holds it all down. So I'm going to take and I'm going to line this up with the fold of the envelope. Now I'll close it here in a second and make sure I got it up where it needs to be. And if it's not, we'll just move it up a little bit. Press on that, and then I use my bigger scissors and I just cut around my envelope. Some people say, I don't want to do that because I don't want to use all my DSP. Well, if you're like me, you got so much DSP anyway, that is a good way to use it up and decorate the envelope. And I don't decorate all my envelopes. In fact, I decorate very little of my envelopes. But when I think about it, I like to. So there's that, and it matches our card. So see, matches that. So that when you mail it. Now let me show you a couple other ones that I made before we go. Because I laid them somewhere out of my way, right here. I did another Christmas one. And I did this one with the Take a Bow papers. They're the brighter, more traditional colors. There's my envelope. And there's my color. Traditional red and green and the white. So you can see one's a little bit more subtle than the other one. And which one do you like? You tell me which one you like out of those. I kind of like both of them. I like the brightness of this one. I like the more country look of this one. And then I did one with the bird paper, the Nest of Winter. And here's that. And I did one that stamps out of it, a friend like you brings me happiness. And there again, I was going to put and before I use this card, I will put a banner in here. So, and then that's it, the envelope for that. And I just used different cordings that I had on each of the bows to put up there, and different embellishments. So see, you can do so much with it. The same, I did this all the exact same way, but you know, different colors of ink, different sayings, different kinds of paper, all makes it look different. So that's my Simply Saturday card, which is very simple. I hope you try it. Remember to comment in the comments that you have watched this, because I will give this card away. If I don't have your address, I will message you and ask you for that. And also share my video if you would. I would really enjoy for you to do that. And if you like these videos and you haven't ever joined my Facebook group, or you can actually watch it on YouTube when I get it up if you're not a Facebook person. But my Tuesday videos that I do every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock on Facebook, that is, I am there on Facebook. I don't always get it to YouTube right away. But I do a video, and I also do a PDF for that. And you are more than welcome to join my group over there and follow my business page and see the videos and get the PDFs off of there, because I do put that up on the where you can just click a button and a post on the Facebook group and print off the PDF. And remember, if you need any Stampin' Up! Needs, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. And I will see you again, at least if nothing else, next Saturday. Have a great day, everyone, or a great night, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you, and bye.